I'm Kuda Wright, a philosopher and theorist of uncommon sense and everyday life. What I don't know, I try to understand. And I've been asked about the latest Amber Geiger, John Botham, or Botham Jean's situation and trial. Therefore, here on Living Black. My take, let's start from the beginning. I try to run this through my mind to see if everything fits. I try to use common sense and see if it makes all the check marks. First in story wise. All right, say she's officer, get off work late, tired, half sleep. I understand that. Stumble, get off at the wrong floor, wrong apartment. Understand that. Very, very common, understandable. Especially in a building when you live there, you know your neighbors. Well, you know of your neighbors. You know who lives in your building or the bodies that frequent your building. Okay? The cars that frequent your parking lot, things like that. And if you're a police officer, I think you would have an even extra heightened awareness of those things because of the occupation. Right? Trying to use my common sense. Excuse me. Okay, she's come home, stumbles in the wrong door, door's open, she thinks somebody's in there. She didn't try to get help. She didn't. Now he doesn't know that she's there. He doesn't know that you know she has the drop on him. Basically, he doesn't expect someone to come in his home, and kill him. She's suspecting somebody's in her home. All right, you should expect something. Nothing confronted you at that point. You suspected something. Nothing confronted you, and you didn't ask for help. Okay. Heat of moment, things happen. Sometimes you know, especially if you're an officer, you're serving protect. You're trying to get to the problem and no save the day in form of fashion. Because I that's an understandable feeling. You want to feel like you serve, you protect. Now the ones that serve and protect and have that feeling, I understand that feeling 100%. But as the story progresses, we have to be adding everything into the soup. She has the drop on. Like I said, she knew someone was there. She didn't call for backup. She didn't do any of those things to allude from personally uh, uh, confronting whatever the problem was that she suspected it was that she was feared of. She didn't run from the fear. She ran toward the fear. Okay. Now, if she asked him, "What are you doing here?" She didn't give him a chance to respond. She did not give him a chance to respond if she asked that. So you're in fear, you asked a question, but you didn't give him a chance to respond, and you didn't say whether he had a weapon, you didn't say you saw a weapon, things of that nature that would contribute to you being so scared of somebody in your apartment and just when you have the drop, you're killing them, but you have the drop. You the one walked in on them doing whatever when you knew someone was there that wasn't supposed to be there or whatever it was. Case. and in that, and then all these things going on in your heightened sense and your occupational training, you never realize that this is not your apartment. How did you not realize that this is not your apartment? Right? But all right, things happen. You didn't realize it was your apartment because you focused on this person. But common sense, most people who've done that realize that that's not their apartment, especially once they get inside. And you had the drop on him, so you saw more. He, you knew more before he did. You saw more before he did. So, in your scared sense, before he even knew you were there, you were able to see something and see that maybe this isn't your apartment. This isn't the same layout. This isn't the same furniture. This isn't the same pictures. This isn't the same something that would lead to the overall outcome of the situation. For this man to be hit and shot and killed when, for all accounts, he was a model black man. He was like model black man, except for a couple of things. Aside from that, that's just the model black man that society wants to see. Okay, now next in the trial. Oh, and adding this breaking news. Condolences to the neighbor who was killed recently after the trial was over, and he was and I am was found guilty of 10 years in life in prison and no 10 years in jail, 10 years in prison, not life. But but yeah, condolences to the brother. I believe that was the brother who was on the stand for him, took the stand and gave his account of that night. And for him to have been killed, we got to find out what's up there. We got to find out what happened with him. Like, we have to find out what happened. Because this, in a way, if that is the case, then this story is getting beyond like the realm of like reality. Is this is like getting into TV, movie drama, sitcoms, Law and Order, and those sections and stuff like that. To where we should be like, all right, stop. Let's roll. Get back to what's actually real. Because now it looks like reality is getting mixed with unreality, and it's hard to like figure out exactly what's going on. So we gotta learn how to take out and take what we need from whatever's going on to keep us moving in one direction. We're gonna need tunnel vision right now, as much as tunnel vision like never before, to tune out the things that are distractions. Because there are a lot of distractions, and it feels like any and everything is happening just to keep you and make sure you stay distracted. Doesn't matter what it is, nothing doesn't make sense, and it's a right and a wrong to everything that's out there. The perception is always going to be a pro and a con, a left and a right, Democrat or Republican. Uh, I mean, pro and a con, good, evil, devil, God. If there's always If we only focus on that back and forth and back and forth, that's a distraction. You're never going forward when you're just going back and forth. So, and all right, I digress. Back to the Botham John and Geiger situation. Of face value, the story that we're getting. She walks in, she's scared, shoots him, training style, in the heart. Make sure he's down. Now, after that fact, there was when you figure when exactly when she realized she was in the wrong apartment. I don't know, but I realized I think that it would be rather quickly as soon as you eliminate the fear that was in front of you. Him apparently in his home with his belongings on his floor with your training. You go in the wrong apartment, and this is the outcome. Now, just on face value, this is a regular person at a job who does this. Not even police officer. You could have been the mailman. You shouldn't have a job. You should not ever be able to work for the mail service again. Competence. Just for incompetence. Whether you meant to do it or not, out here in the real world, the standard is you wouldn't even get another job. You'd be fired and you wouldn't get another job. You wouldn't get any references. That would be a black eye or two black eyes for people out here. People out here in the real world, that's two black eyes. That's like crippling your whole income in a way. Having to find a whole new, you'll be in the, it's like a ending up at McDonald's situation for that kind of incompetence to do all of that to a customer or whoever you're servicing. Off duty, text messages that I'll try not to pay no attention to that because that's personal, that's your side thing. But if in and around the immediate time of you making this mistake, that's what you were doing, then it becomes relevant. And the allegedness of you messing around with these or this black man in the building and this other possibly black man being killed who spoke for or not even he might not even spoke for Botham John. He just spoke on the events that happened that night to Botham John or whatever he heard or knew about the incident. The only constant in all of that is Miss Geiger, hmm, who has no like school librarian background. So that leads questions to: were you messing with both of these black men? Possibly. If that in fact happened to Mr. Joshua Brown, could that possibly be? All right, possibly. That's all I'm saying. Not, I'm not for, against, with, no anything or anyone. just looking at, just tunnel vision, looking at what's in front of me. If it looks like solid ground, I'll put my foot on it. If it don't look solid, I'm not putting my foot on it. Now, she after it happened, I'm not sure of her actions. Did she immediately call for police as any other common sense person would do, who didn't have anything to do with a crime? Any common sense person, any normal person, any person that cares about life, you see a life in danger of being, you see a person in danger of dying, and you don't want to call anybody or get them help as soon as possible. Usually, the people who do things like that are the criminals, are the ones who don't want to call the police or, you know what I mean, report anything. Unless you have some kind of interest involved, it was like, oh, now I can't do that because then they're gonna see this gonna link to me. Or something that's just common sense stuff. That's not me digging deep into anything or anything like that. That's just from life growing up. I mean, philosopher of everyday life, just looking and thinking of how like shit happens. How can I avoid this shit that happens? Excuse me, pardon me. Things that happen. Shouldn't I'm not trying to offend anyone, but this is very troubling a little bit because as the story goes, the more confusing it gets, and that's like has been for everything that keeps hitting us back to back to back to back. All the is like, is this real? Is this just trending? Or is this just entertainment overall? I want to know that because it's consuming too much of our lives, and the people who are getting lost in this illusion, if it's an illusion, are the people who have no time to waste in being lost in an illusion. They need to be, I mean, but to the pavement. You know what I mean? So in this case, looking at it, if it's real, and it gets deeper, like because the way it played out for the jury, it was a diverse jury. You had your black judge, then you had a black prosecutor, and then bailiffs black. Let me mixed in there. It was a non, like you couldn't say that, and she was found guilty of murder. All the things that you look for when you smell something funny wasn't there. All the normal stuff wasn't there that you usually, the normal things that tingle your hairs, that pop up, those elements weren't there. But at the same time, when the math problem's still not adding correctly, you gotta look. It gotta be some variables somewhere. This thing. All right. Before I even get there and start confusing um everyone and things like that. Let's get to, because this is like a this is what we've been dealing with for a while now. Everybody just keeps trying to figure out this. What happened with this? It's the same thing. We're going through the same thing over and over and over again when we break it down. We're going through the same thing over and over again. And we're thinking emotionally, and it's hurting us more and more. And we don't see it because we're not paying attention to the right things. Now, Ms. Geiger, after after she you shot a man, he's down, he's hurt, um, dying in front of you. When do you realize that you're in the wrong apartment? Do you you immediately call for backup? Then do you call for the ambulance? When do you call your superiors? You know, and how does that call go? Are you more trying to fix this and save this man and let it know that it's a mistake, or is it more, let's see if we can cover this up first? Because Mr. Botham, they brought up him smoking weed. Bring a black man smoking weed, typical. He's smoking weed in his home that he paid for. If he is, that's his personal business, and that's his personal business. Shouldn't be a police officer going rogue and vigilante on small misdemeanor crimes off duty. And the relationship between Ms. Geiger and Mr. John is, to me, is in question because y'all live in the same building. I'm quite sure he's seen you before. And from looking at Mr. Geiger's, I mean Mr. not Mr. Geiger, um, Mr. John's background in his life, his best friends, white woman, uh, college, Harding University, um, in a lot of programs, uh, leading a lot of things in some form of ministry and things like that. He was around a lot of white people. He was around a lot of white people. And I guess white people liked him. That's the picture that we were seeing, that he was around a lot of white people. He did all the things that black people are supposed to do, and white people liked him, and he was excelling and exceeding and succeeding, but it still ended up with the same stereotypical fate as black man, they say, is in the street selling drugs, things like that. It's a sad story. But taking emotions out of it, let's go further on. Mr. John, please come. Coroner comes. Y'all start the investigation now. After some time, she's arrested, charged with murder, which is all a good thing. But then here we go with the stereotypical, like the the chess pieces to me. Like police chief, black woman, judge, black woman. I'm quite sure the judge is partial to police officers. We all should be partial to police officers when they're doing the right thing, when they're serving everyone and not just the people they care about. Not abusing the ones that are not abusing the power that they have and the power that the people respect. Now, asking myself and just looking at things and make sure the problem adds up. Like right now, yes, I chose this particular event to just break it down to the bone gristle, to the atomic particle. Yes, let's break down how much we don't know. Because I'm not trying to figure out the problem. I just want to figure out the variables. It's an equation. Let's figure out this equation. You know, equations. Some of them are not solvable. But if you don't know, you don't put things in order so you can look at it in a way you can understand it. It makes you confused and blind, and that's what we've been now for too long. Confused and blind. I am confused and blind. So I'm just gonna put out my side, and somebody else put out their side, and we all put things together. Figure out what's not. Let's go through this. Take the parts out we don't need and keep the parts we do need and move from there. That's what I'm trying to do. With whatever mind or whoever minds out there who would like to share in, I'm more than welcome and happy. Now, I digress again. Back to the story. She's arrested, charged with murder. Trial begins after they do the investigation. Mr. Botham clean, like background's clean, family's good, you know, good, hardworking people, American dream, thinking, living people, spiritual people. They believe in Jesus and the church and the Bible and forgiveness and all those things very heavily. We see. We'll get to that. Oh yes. But after and during the trial, those who spoke at the trial, Miss Geiger's mother, Miss Geiger's sister, uh, Botham's best friend. No problem naming all the white people that I've the main character so far, and the brother, the mother, and the father. The brother, we all know, we have no idea what he did, That was uncalled for, and in black families, he'd have been beat up by his cousins. Yeah, they would have roughed him up. They would have roughed him really up. Just because we don't do that. Even if I forgive you, which she never asked for forgiveness, I don't believe. Like, well, not forgiveness. Well, she should be asking to hug the family. Can she hug the family? Judge is okay if I hug the family. That speaks volumes. For the brother, 18-year-old brother, to ask, can he do it? He's thinking he's doing something. He's making a step forward and doing the right thing. In his perception, he's right in his perception. But he's missing. Like I'm trying to see is different elements and different uh, 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 realities mixing in together at the same time, which is like half people want to, oh, he's supposed to do that, like that's godly, and the other half is like, yo, you tripping because of that. Because the realities is mixing and twisting, and we're not sure what's going on. But until we like stop and realize and take things step by step, we can't run anymore. We gotta take things baby step. Make sure we on solid ground. Every step we take is slow. It's a slow process, but that's the only way we're gonna get there. Because now we running, and it looks like we running and sinking. As people as a whole, as good people as a whole, we running and sinking, thinking, all right, we're gonna do it this way, but we gotta do it this way. That and we running and sinking. Speaking for myself, a brother who's looking at what's going on and like, yeah, I feel like I'm running and sinking. I feel like, yeah, this shit is beating all the fight out of me. But one thing we got, that's all we got is fight. That's why they pray on it. One thing we got is that get back up. I ain't no bell yet. The round ain't over. Fight ain't over. I'm still up. Like that's all we got. So we gonna keep that. Like, but that's an inner will that humans have in survival, in growth, in life, and like, yes, I'm gonna keep fighting until I become something. I'm gonna keep fighting until my family's happy. I'm gonna keep fighting that for us, for the people we love. But this story is like weirdo story. Like really, everybody's. All right, back in the story. She was found guilty of murder. One, everything was diverse, no racial tension or anything like that. Everything is flowing. She was found guilty, but sentencing is one of the caveats in the judicial system. Oh, you found guilty of this and that has a different level of this and that. You found guilty of depending on the charge, depends on severity, and then in I guess in the system, in the judicial system, the actual punishment depends on jury, judge, things of that nature, and you know, I say the best thing to do is try to avoid did it at all costs because it's like business chess with jail on the line or prison on the line. So I wouldn't even. I was just not even playing in that yard. You know, let's find the tools that we can use, and we use those. We try to play the game how it's supposed to be played until it's proven, or until the hand is shown that they're cheating. No, then we work accordingly from there. But like in this case, the different caveats of sentencing. She was sentenced. She got 10 years. She can parole in 5. Now, the brother hugged her. I'm sorry. I love you. She did all those things. But if she's sorry and accepts the punishment, why would she appeal? At the end of the day, I think she'd be out because these hugs are going to be used to help her get out. The family support is going to help her get out. Or some of the family support, or the media's spin on some of the family support, she's going to get out. The system support, the police brotherhood support. Like, she is a person at the same time. She's a human. People love her at the same time. She's going to get support. And emotionally, we loosened up emotionally, as we always do. Good people. That's why I say good people always get short end, because good people don't know how to be bad people. That bad people will always overcome because good people will always be good people. If good people did bad things, then they wouldn't be bad. They wouldn't be good people anymore. If good people conspired and did things like at nature and did and use those for their upcomings, then they wouldn't be good people anymore. So evil knows that it has a resonance, because only way to not have a resonance is for everyone to be as savage as those who are savage. Those cries have been used before. It's hard to tell if those cries are authentic or not from Ms. Geiger. Because, just being honest, we see those tears used for nothing. We've seen those tears that they call crocodile tears. That's where the term comes from. It's a possibility. It's a possibility that she's sincere, but it's a possibility she's not. Especially with the background information, if it's correct. She made racist jokes, things like that. Now, we've all done that. To me, that doesn't make you a racist. Sometimes it makes you unaware. But after someone kind of like lets you know that they're not cool with that, and you continue to do it, then you're one. If someone made you feel like they didn't like that, without being aggressive, everybody's not gonna. You're looking for someone to fight you or something like that. That's not how it goes. People take things different ways. Like, for people say the N word around me, I don't jump up and jump around or anything like that. It's a word. How I take it is different. The intent is different. Or I look at you like maybe you just don't know. For me to come at you with negative energy, you're gonna stay on negative and defensive. So maybe if I just let you know that hey, that's not cool. No, we trying to weed it out from ourselves or from black people. Like we don't even need that. You know? It's just dead. Kill that whole word off. And I'm the worst person with it because sometimes in my day, you know, when I'm not trying to be conscious of what I'm doing, it can come out like a machine gun. Just like no, and it's not. I don't know. It just fits, and then you just roll with it. But you have to be conscious to know, and that's where the work comes in at when you just know. Like, now I'm going to try not to use that term, just to show other people. Nah, don't use that term. Because I'm not going to aid you in how you look at me and how the world looks at me negatively. Like we see the effects of how that's been for the longest, and that has to change for real. If nothing like now, you have to have a sense of we're not stupid. We know what's going on. We might not know how to fix anything, or might not know how to conduct and put ourselves back Humpty Dumpty. Don't know how to put itself back together again, especially when just say you're Humpty Dumpty trying to put yourself together, and they hiding the glue. Somebody in the crowd is hiding the glue and playing keep away with the goddamn glue. You'd get up if you had the glue. So it's like, who's doing that? If we all together, why would you even want to hide the glue from me? When you try to help me put me back together, we fell, we were broken. We trying to get back together. That's why everybody's trying everything in different ways, and it's all not working because somebody's holding the glue. Somebody's really not with us. Somebody's really not with humanity. We got a jokester in the crew. That's what we got to pay attention to. We got a joker. Oh, now, Miss Geiger is believed to like black men, allegedly. You never know. Could be, probably. And if Miss Geiger, if Mr. John, his lifestyle, he's around a lot of white women. Quite sure he's very comfortable around a lot of white women. And if he's just like the brother, he's really thirsty for white women. I mean, the mom is is the only one because she's a black woman, and black women like white women don't want black women. You know what I'm saying? They want black men. Even the father said he wanted to be friends. Whether that's a mistake or not, you're tripping. If your son just did some crazy stuff, it just said something crazy and all that, and you didn't agree with that, then you'll be very careful with your words next time you get on TV or you make a statement talking about you want to be friends. You want to be her jail pen pal, or are you? Or, no, to me, you're just the kind. You just want to be close to white people. That's your ticket. You I mean, y'all look like a successful family, college, education, all the things y'all have done. Quite sure 85, 90% of that is with white people. You see white people as, hey, everything good happens. As long as you around white people, good things happen. So even if my son's gone by this white person, we still rocking with them because good things happen when we're around them. Come on. We don't want to be at the bottom with y'all, the urban blacks. We don't want to be at the bottom. We want education and things like that. And it's not even about the education and things like that. Because the urban black person who's already here is light years smarter than the people you get to come over here. People you get to come over here are more disciplined. They're more disciplined so they can get straight to their brain capacity. But we have more brain capacity if we were disciplined. We have more brain capacity. We're not disciplined. We're not focused. We're not together. We're not thinking. We're looking at we're being showed in reality that's not really reality. We're chasing something that's not really there. Thank you for your time living black.